Good morning, everybody. I hope this finds you well. I woke up this morning and I felt like I needed a little bit of happiness. And so I got out my Christmas Mickey head glow in the dark necklace that lights up. Isn't this fun? And I wanted to be able to show you guys. Do you have something like a glow in the dark necklace or something that's fun that lights up in the dark? Watch, mine can change different things. Watch the colors. There's another one. And it changes different lights. Isn't that fun? And then they jingle. So I won't wear these the whole time. I just thought it was something nice for you guys to be able to see. Aren't those great? I got those when I was at Disney World. All right. Well, I hope this day finds you well. And we're going to get started with our good morning song. Are you guys ready? Okay, here we go. Good. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? I'm fine, hope you are too. I'm fine, hope you are too. I'm fine, hope you are too. How are you today? Let's see. Reach to your neighbor and tap their head. Reach to your neighbor and tap their head. Reach to your neighbor and tap their head. How are you today? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? Can you tell me how you're feeling today? Excellent. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. I'm feeling pretty good today, so I'll say I'm happy. Well, now it's time. Where's my weather helpers? If you're willing to be a weather helper, raise your hand. I need you guys to look outside a window or look outside your door, and we need to figure out what's the weather. What's the weather? What's the weather today? Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Is it windy? Is it rainy? Is it cold or snowy? What's the weather today? Now, sometimes in our classroom, we find that we can choose two different ones, right? So sometimes we like to use our little snowflake to mean that it's cold outside. So on some days when it's cloudy, the weather helper could choose either cloudy or cold if it's both, right? Sometimes the sun's out, but in the wintertime it's still cold, so you could choose one or the other, sunny or cold and snowy. So it's fun to kind of figure out exactly what the weather is, and you guys get to choose that. Some of you may look outside and say, oh, it's cloudy today. Some of you may say, oh, it looks like it's going to rain, so I want to put rainy up. And that's okay. You know, one of the ones, and this is for you, Lasana, one of the ones that we don't get to put up very often is windy. And I don't know about you, but I know Lasana loves a windy day. Miss Lori does not like a windy day because what happens to her hair when she stands outside while your parents come and get you? Right. My hair flies everywhere. But Lasana is always looking at the trees out the window to see if the trees are moving, to see if it's windy today. Can you look outside? Are your trees moving today? Are they flowing back and forth? Is there any wind today? Well, it's springtime, and we haven't really talked about, because we're not at school, we haven't talked about what happens in the spring. What kind of clothes, what kinds of things do you wear in the spring? Do you wear sweaters in the springtime when it starts to get warmer? Well, you might in the morning. So this morning, I talked to my friend, and he had a winter coat on because it was cold driving to work this morning. But later it's going to be warm. So underneath his jacket, he had a short sleeve shirt so that in the afternoon he could take his jacket off and be cool. So in the springtime, the weather kind of goes up and down. Sometimes it's chilly, but sometimes it's warm and we need short sleeves. Let's see what else happens a lot in the spring. Rain happens a lot in the spring, and later on tonight it's going to rain, and it's going to probably rain for most of the weekend, or at least through Saturday. So a lot of times in the spring, it rains. Do you know why we need rain? Can you tell me? Why do we need rain? All of those are great ideas. We need rain to help our flowers grow. And we need rain to help the trees have leaves on them again. And we need rain to help those worms start to come out during it. They're looking for things, and they come up through the ground. And then I've seen a lot of birds come down. And now it's getting warm and they're looking for things to eat and they're looking for things to build their nest with. I've seen a lot of robins. And I need to take a picture for you, but I haven't been able to. Every time I get close, they fly away. So in the springtime, the birds come down and they're looking for those worms, because as that rain comes down, those worms come up to the surface. And do you remember what Miss Kelly said? That if we ever see a worm on the sidewalk that's still alive, what should we do? Do you remember what she said? That's right. She said to put it in the grass because the sun makes them dry out and die, doesn't it? And when they get stuck on the sidewalk and you see them, that means that they need help. I thought that was a really great thing that Miss Kelly shared with us. And that goes along with the book I'm going to talk about today. Even though I can't read it, I pulled it out of our bag of books and realized that we hadn't read it at school and that this would be a wonderful thing to talk about today. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. And a lot of times I told Lasana, and I told you guys too, when we were outside, a lot of times in the spring, there's a lot of wind. And the springtime is a great time to fly a kite. And because the wind can take that kite way up into the sky, and a lot of times in the spring, there is a great amount of wind. So I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. And when it rains outside, what can we wear on our feet? Some of you wear them to school already. What do we wear on our feet to splash in our puddles? That's right, rain boots. And let's see, Karen comes to school and she has a special rain jacket that you can see through, and she's got little pom-poms in them. Do you remember her raincoat? So, and what else do we need? We need an umbrella, that's right. We have to have an umbrella when it's raining. It certainly does help, doesn't it? And I know you guys like to splash in the puddles. I have another question for you today before we move on with our day. Did you guys get outside yesterday? Because it turned out to be a lovely warm day. I know that my dog and I went outside and I let him run around a little bit. And I sat on the bumper of my car and kind of watched him and watched the robins. I found a dandelion in the yard. And then when I went to my friend's house last night, I saw teeny tiny purple flowers all over their yard. So springtime is here and the flowers are starting to bloom and the grass is getting greener because of all the rain that we've had. So it's been wonderful. So when you guys, hopefully you get outside today before it starts to rain, and I hope that you look around for signs of spring. What can you see that tells us that spring is coming? So you look for those and you share that with someone in your family, okay? All right. So before we go on with our day and I talk about the different things, and I have a song for us today, I wanted to review some of our letter buckets that we've done. Our first letter bucket last week was the letter what. What letter is this? That's right, F. And I'm going to write that on our board this morning, F. So, whoop, you can't see that, can you? Let me take this down. What sound does F make? Good. And can you think of one thing that was in my bucket? One thing that was in my bucket. Something you can throw? Football, that's right. Something that tickles our nose sometimes and floats up in the air? Feather, very good. Something that swims in the water, that lives in the water? Fish, very good. And something that when we're hot, we can turn on. And when we were in the gym before it broke, we used to stand in front of it when we were hot. Oh, do you remember? Fan, good. So let's write our letter, okay? Big line, little line, little line. That's our F. And can you tell me whose name in our classroom begins with F? Fatima, that's right. Hi, Fatima. And then we're going to make a lowercase f, and we're going to start, and then we're going to go up and make a turn, and down. And there's our F. Good. So those were the things in my F bucket. The next one we did was this letter. What letter is this? Good, G. And what sound does G make? G, G. Remember, we'll hear it back in our throat. G. Can you tell me what letter, what's one thing that was in my bucket that begins with G, or that has that sound? We told the story the other day of the animals that went across the bridge. Trek, 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 trek. Goat. Very good. Can you think of something else? An animal that beats its chest like this. A gorilla. Very good. Very good. Did I forget anything else? Something that we love to have, and we put it in our mouth, and we chew it, chew it, chew it, but we can't chew it at school. Gum. Very good. Okay, so let's make our letter G. And I know you're going to tell me, this is difficult, Miss Lori. I know, but we can practice and learn. So you're going to make your big curve, right? And then you're going to make a turn and a little line. That is a difficult letter to make. And then we're going to make our letter G, our lowercase g, which is a circle. You can make a circle. And then you're going to take and go down and turn. Very good. I know that glare. Let me turn on the light. See if you can see that better. Good. So F and G. All right, let me erase these two letters. Good. Those are G. And then the first letter this week was what letter? What letter is this? S. Very good. And what sound does S make? S. Very good. So let's make that S, and then we'll remember what was in our bucket. Oh, don't look. All right. So we're going to make, remember, it's two, Miss Lori has trouble doing this. So it's two little curves, right? Two little curves. Down. Or, like Miss Lori does, you can just make a snake. I like to make snakes. S. And the little S, the lowercase s, looks exactly like the uppercase S. Very good. Can you name one thing that was in my letter S sound bucket? S. What comes out, and we have to put our glasses on? Sun. Very good. What was the animal that swims in the ocean and the daddy carries the eggs until the babies are ready to hatch? Seahorse. Very good. And we have one more. Oh, this was a hard one, and I'm going to pull this out. Do you remember? We have our mama seal. Seal. They also swim in the ocean. They also can go on land. Very good. You guys are doing great. And then this other week, yesterday we started a new letter. And what letter was this? Do you remember? And we counted. We had 5 children in our class with this letter in their name. Y. Very good. And the sound that Y makes is Y. And I'm going to write it, and then we're going to go through our bucket together since we only did it once. So little line, big line, right? And then when we make our lowercase letter, we're going to make a diagonal line and another diagonal line. There's our Y. And say that sound with me. Yeah, yeah. Let's see what's in my bucket today. Open it up. What color has the Y sound? Do you remember? Yellow. Very good. There's yellow. What do we like to eat? Sometimes we have it at snack, and sometimes we have it at breakfast, and sometimes if there's extra, we have it at lunch. What is this? Very good. Yogurt. Yogurt. Oh, do you remember this animal? It's got some horns and a big shaggy coat. Yak. Can you say that? Yak. And we all know what this is. Yo-yo. Very good. And we know what this is. Sometimes it's at our art center. People use it to make things like scarves and sweaters. Yarn. Very good. Yarn. And what sign was this? Do you remember this sign? It's not a stop sign. Yield. That's right. Very good. Good job, guys. You are learning so much, and I am so proud of you. The other thing that we did yesterday was we worked with our snap cubes, our snap blocks, and do you remember what we made? What did we make? We made a bus. Very good. And what 3 colors did we use on our bus? What color is this? Black. What color is this? Yellow. And what color are these? Blue. Very good. Our bus. We used our snap cubes. And I'm going to make another one. This doesn't really tell me what it is. Can you guys guess? Can you tell me what you think this is? Oh, I didn't even think. It could be a house, huh? It could be a house with the roof and maybe the doors and some windows. I don't know. What do you think? You think it looks like that? It could be rocket ship. I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, this is what we're going to make today. And I have hopefully everything I need in my bag of snap blocks. And I'm going to pour a little bit of these out so that I can see what colors we need. And you guys can help me know what I need for I'm going to call it a house, though I don't know if that's what it is. So I have a question for you today. Should we start from the bottom and build up, or should we start from the top and build down? That's a really good question, because when we read, we go from left to right. So this says Builders Challenge. And when we read, we go top to bottom, right? I don't go like this, Challenge Builders, do I? I go Builders Challenge, top to bottom. So that's the hardest thing to know when you're building what you should do. Now, sometimes when we're building, and a good construction worker and an architect who draws up how we build our houses will tell you that we need a good foundation. That's a fancy word. The foundation is what we build on, and we need a strong foundation, because if you build a house on some sand and the rain comes down, what's going to happen to that house? Yeah, it's going to move. If we build, so Lucy, the last couple of weeks, she used our magnetic blocks, right? Did she build on the rug, on the brown rug that's thick, or did she build on the tile that was by our table? That's right. She was always on the floor. I was always asking her when the food delivery guy came in, or when Miss Tammy was getting our tables ready, she needed to move over. But she didn't want to build on the carpet because she knew that her building would fall apart. So we need a good foundation. And foundation is what we build on, and it has to be strong, or what we're building might fall over. So I think today that we are going to build from the bottom up. We're going to create that good foundation, and I'm going to put it on my table, and it's sturdy so that it won't break. So we're going to start from the bottom, and we're going to go up, okay? So you're going to help me. On the first row, on the bottom, how many reds do we need? Let's count them. How many reds? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to grab 4 reds. I've got 1, 2, we got 3, and we have 4. Good. So I have my 4. How many, upside down. How many brown ones do I need? That's right, I need 2. So I'm going to grab my 2. I'm going to set that there. I have 1 brown and 2 browns. So I'm going to put 2 on one side of my browns and 2 on my other side. Maybe, if it'll work. All right. So look at my house. Does that look the same? Yeah. These kind of look black, don't they? But I promise you they're brown. All right. So that's our first row. Let's do our next row. We got to add a color. So we have a red, some blue, and brown, right? Okay, so I've got my blue ready, I've got brown, and I've got red. So can we count in this next row, how many reds do we need? That's right, we only need 2. 1, 2. How many blues do we need? That's right, 2. 1, 2. And how many browns? Good, 2. That's all the same number, 2. I'm going to make that on the board. Our 2. Up around the track. And 2, 2, 2. I need 2 of everything. So I need 2 red, which I have right here. I have 2 brown, which I have right here. And I need 2 blue, which I have right here. All right, so I'm going to add that to I'm going to do a red, a blue, and then these go over here. Let's see. Can you help me? Does that look right? Or did I make a mistake? Uh-oh, I did make a mistake. I better fix it, huh? So I need red, blue, which I did. Uh-oh, I see my mistake. I mean a brown. Uh-oh, my building doesn't want to come apart. Okay, so I need to move the blue one, don't I? I made a mistake. That's okay. I can fix it. Maybe. There we go. And then what needs to go there? I think a red. Now, will you help me check my work? Will you help me check my work? Does that look the same now? Yeah. I wish I had light blue blocks, but I don't. I only have dark blue. It'll work though. Okay. So we've got our first row, we've got our second row, and now we're going to do our third row. Now, can you help me? Do we need brown in this row? Nope, no brown. So let's count our reds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and how many blues do we need? 1, 2. So I need 4 red and 2 blue. So 2 is easy. So I'm going to go ahead and get my 2 blue. Check. And I need 4 reds. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. All right. I have to look at my building and make sure that I'm paying attention to what goes first, what goes second, which is blue, what goes third, what goes fourth, what goes fifth, and what goes sixth. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay, check my work. So far, am I doing okay? Do I have the same? I do. Okay, so we have our first row, we have our second row, we have our third row. Uh-oh, now we got to build out longer. Look how long this row is. Oh my goodness. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but what color do you think these 2 squares are on the ends? Yep, that's right. Very good. Black. So I'm going to go ahead and get those 2 black ones because I don't want to forget those. Those are my 2 blacks. Okay. And all we need is red. Ooh, a lot of red. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh, I don't have any more on my table. Let's see if there's any more in my bag. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and how many more do I need? That's right, 1, 6. All right, here goes. Here goes nothing. Okay, are you ready? All right, oops, upside down. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Can you see it? It's sticking way out over here. I hope it stays. All right, so I need another red one. Need another red one. I need another red one. Need another red one. Need another red one. Now, you're going to look at this and you're going to see that sometimes I snap them upside down. And the reason why I'm doing that is so that it will stick together and try not to fall apart. I was having trouble with my bus yesterday. See, sometimes I need to alternate, which means turn. That's another fancy word for turn. How I snap them together so they'll stay nice and sturdy. Okay? Oh, I forgot a black one. Okay. Am I doing okay? All right. Let's go to the next one. So here's our first row, our second row, our third row, our fourth row. Now we're going to do our fifth row. And there's 2 black on the ends. See? 1, 2. And how many red in the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm going to do my 2 black. 1, 2. And then I need 4 red. I got to get back in my bag. And I need to take some of these apart. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very good. Excellent. All right. I have to look at my picture. I don't remember. That's right. You remembered the black one goes on first, then the reds. Black, then the reds. 1, 2, 3. I lost a red. 4. Okay. And then a black. Okay, it's coming together. Now, I'm going to stick this in because you can see it was getting wobbly. So do you see what I did? Instead of sticking it down and snapping it this way, look at that wobbly. I was a builder and I thought to myself, how can I make it sturdier? That means how can I make it stronger so it doesn't fall apart? I'm going to turn and snap it sideways. And look, that helped. Okay. I'm going to get everything together. Okay. So first row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, sixth row. We need 3 colors in this row. What colors do we need? That's right. Black, red, and yellow. Why? So how many black? 2. How many red? 2. How many yellow? 2. Okay. So I need 2 of everything. It's the same. So 2 black, 1, 2. I have to get back in. Do I need red? Yes, 2 reds. Miss Lori, I already forgot. 1, 2. And how many yellows do I need? 2, that's right. 1, 2. Good. All right. So I'm going to snap those on. So it goes black, red, yellow, yellow. Uh-oh. Yeah. Snap these together. I turned it. And red. I got it. And black. I got it. Look at that. See, the more that I've built, and you guys know this, the more that I built, I'm learning how to turn things to make things sturdier. My bus isn't very sturdy. If you came to my house and played with my bus, I think it would fall apart. But I'm learning to turn things so that things stick together, connect, snap together a little bit better. All right, so see what I do when I learn through play? All right, so first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Okay, so 2 colors on this row. How many black? You should be able to look and tell me. 2, good. And how many yellow? Excellent, 2. So I've got 2 black, 1, 2, and 2 yellow. 1, 2, got it. So black goes first, black, then yellow, then black. What do you think? All right, we have 1 more row. What are these colors at the top? Black, that's right. And how many? 2. Okay. One, 2. La la! How do you like my house? I'm calling it a house. I don't know. What do you think it is? Does it look the same? It does, except that I had to use dark blue blocks. All right, so here is, what does this mean? Am I telling you something or am I asking you something? This is a question mark. I'm asking you something. That's right. Okay, well, let's see what it says. It says, which color did you use more? Which color did you use more? Did you use more blue or did we use more black? Can you look? Did we use more blue or did we use more black? Good, excellent. We used more black. Let's see if we can count the black, which is just along the roof of the house. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 frame, all 10. Now, how many blues? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. So let's see that on the 10 frame. Here's 4 on the 10 frame. Excellent. So which one had more? Easy. Good. Black. They used all 10 blocks, 10 frame. So it had more. 10 has more than 4. Very good. So we made a house and a bus this week. All right. Sorry, house, you're in my way. Oh, and I made a chair. Do you remember my chair? Hello, Jared. All right. Good job, guys. Well, I want us to do something else fun, and I thought that I found this. I was on Facebook the other day, and this came up as an easy activity that I know you guys could do. And so I wanted to show you. Mine doesn't work real well because I don't have all of the writing things, but I will show you anyway. I'm going to put my extra snap blocks away. Do we clean up when we're finished? Yes, we do. All right. Goodbye, snap blocks. All right. So I saw this on Facebook the other day, and it's a cute little, what do you think that is? It's like a caterpillar or a worm, yeah. So these were fun because what the kids were doing was they cut these out, and then they took straws, and they blew them across the table and had races with their friends or their brothers and sisters, or even their parents. Well, I thought these were fun, so I wanted to show you how to make them, okay? Now, it does not matter how long your piece of paper is. You could have a long piece of paper, you could have a shorter piece of paper. What I did was I have these strips at my house, and so I chose a strip. I'm going to choose a different one. Let's see, let's do orange. And you want to make it kind of skinny like this, and then I folded it in half. Like this. When we've done this before with our paper, you're going to fold it in half. Whoop. Remember? Crease it down and fold it. And I cut mine in half because I didn't want my caterpillar to be too long. Okay? So, I gave that to someone else. And then this is what we're going to do. Really easy. I'm going to get my thing out so you can see. All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of paper and we're going to fold it. Can you fold it in half? Remember, when you fold it in half, your two ends are going to meet like this, okay? And then you're going to crease it. You remember, we put it on the table and we crease it, okay? So now you have half a piece of paper. Do you see that? And I want you to open it like this. And do you see this crease down the middle? I'm going to make a line. You don't have to make a line, but I'm going to make a line so you can see what I'm doing. So this is the crease in your paper, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to take this corner and you're going to fold it to that line. And I know you guys can do that. You're going to fold it to the line. See how I did that? I folded it. Then I'm going to take this end and I'm going to fold it to the line like this, okay? So now I have this little shape. It's like you guys making houses at school. Remember? Who made houses like this? Let's see. Adeline, Eden, Fatima, Lucy. A bunch of you guys work together. Do you remember making your houses like that? Let's see if I can fold this one before we finish ours. Do you remember how you tape together? So I know you guys know how to fold. You do know how to fold. Do you remember? You guys made houses and taped them together, didn't you? Just like this. It was so cute. Okay. So you have this, and then you're going to fold it. So these little pieces, so here's my main crease. These little pieces are going to fold, and then you're going to fold this again, like this. So you have this, what shape is that? A rectangle, right? And then take some scissors. If you don't have kid scissors at home, ask an adult to help you, please, okay? Don't want fingers to be snipped. If you don't have kid scissors, ask an adult to get some adult scissors. And then you're going to just cut around to make a round, like a head, right? On both ends, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. You can throw those away. And then when you open it, you have your worm. And then what I did was I took a marker. You could take a pen or a pencil. And I made 2 eyes and a mouth. Just like that. And you guys can decorate it however you want to. And then the fun part is, there you just have your little worm. Or you can take a straw and you could make it move. This straw doesn't work too good. See? There it is. And you could have races on your table or outside on the sidewalk or on the tile floor in your kitchen. So those are fun things. I thought those would be fun. So I made that one, and then I made my green one, and I made a pink one. And we could race. Now, if you don't have paper like this, do we cry? Goodness, no. You can take a white piece of paper and color it any way you want and make any kind of worm or caterpillar that you want. And I just happen to have this kind of paper at my house. And when we get back to school, I'll bring my paper back and we can make these in the classroom because that'll be great for spring, okay? So I thought that would be a lot of fun for you guys to do today because you know what? We got to play. We got to have fun. All right. Before we end today, I want to talk to you again. Guys, I know that you're not going to understand this, but I can't read books anymore online because some adults that wrote the books didn't want us to do that. Now, it doesn't make sense to me, but it's their choice, and they don't want us to read their books only if I'm in the classroom with you. They don't want me to read books on video. Does that make sense? So I can read all of the books I want in the classroom, but they don't want me to read it on the video. So I want to show you this book, though. We didn't talk about it, but it's called Finding Kindness. And we talk sometimes about kindness in our classroom. What does that look like? Kindness is doing something nice for someone, something helpful. We can show kindness. So Miss Kelly showed the worms kindness when she said, hey, you guys need to move those worms off of the sidewalk and into the grass. That's being kind to the worm. I have a question for you today. Can you think of a way to be kind to someone in your household? Can you share some of those ideas? I'm listening. That's great. So if you can't think of anything, I have a couple of questions for you. If your mom and dad ask you to clean up your room, and so that's something you have to do, and then you see in your brother's room that he needs help, is it kind, after you're done with your job, is it kind for you to go and help your brother clean his room? It is kind. That's showing kindness. You guys show kindness in our room every day. A lot of times I see it in the block area, right? We're getting ready for group and a couple of kids have built this huge, ginormous castle and there's all kinds of blocks out. And what does Miss Lori and Miss Tracy say? I need some helping hands. Who would like to be a helping hand and help put the blocks away? And usually all of you come running. That's kindness. That's showing kindness. So I was at the grocery store the other day, and there was a lady that was really struggling. She was kind of grumpy. I think she woke up like Grumpy Bird. And she was at the grocery store, and she was not helping. There was a long line of people all the way back in the aisle, and people were, hurry up, getting grumpy. And the lady would not help the cashier bag the groceries. So do you know what I did? I decided I'm going to show kindness. Hey, would you like help? Would you like me to help you bag your groceries? And she said yes, and I helped bag those groceries so that other people could see that we need to show some kindness to each other, right? It's a long line. Nobody wants to be at the grocery store for a very long time. And so we just need to be patient and give grace and show some kindness. Let's see, what other ways can we show kindness? What if your mom's kind of feeling sad, or your dad's feeling sad? Maybe they had a bad day at work, or they're worried about their work. Maybe they can't work right now. What can you do to show kindness to them? Great. You could make a card. You could give them a hug. You could tell them that you love them and that you're glad they're your mom or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa. Saying things that are kind, right? We always talk about saying kind words, using kind words in the classroom. We want to say, good job. We don't want to look at somebody and say, ooh, your picture's horrible. That's not kind. We can say, hey, I love the colors that you used on your picture. Or, hey, I see that you're really trying to write your name. We need to show kindness. And finding kindness is something that's important for us to do, okay? So I just wanted to bring that up today. That was the book that I wanted to read for today, was Finding Kindness. And I can't wait to read it to you when we get back to school. All right, so do you want a story or do you not? It's up to you. I can tell you a story. Oh, but I forgot our song. Do you want to sing our song today? Okay, I have it ready. It's the La La song, if you guys remember. So I need your help because I'm not going to jump up and down, but I want you to. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. You guys know the song again. Are you ready? Na, na, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Sing with me. Can you sing with me? Na, 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 I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Sing with me. Get ready to clap your hands. Ready? You clap, clap, clap your hands.
Stomp, stomp, stomp your feet.
Stomp, stomp, stomp your feet.
Swing, swing, swing your arms.
Swing, swing, swing your arms.
Dance everybody and sing with me.
Dance everybody and sing with me. Let me see ya. Na, na, na. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Ready? Sing with me. Na, na, na. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Sing with me. Okay, what's next? Do you remember?
Jump,
Jump,
jump, jump around.
jump, jump, jump around.
Touch the sky and touch the ground.
Touch the sky and touch the ground.
Shake, shake, shake your hips.
Can you shake your hips? Shake, shake your hips.
I know a song and it goes like this.
I know a song and it goes like this. Na, na, na. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Sing with me. Sing it with me. Come on, here we go. Na, na, na. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Sing with me. Good. Here we go. Show me your dance moves. Show your parents your dance moves. Show your siblings your dance moves. Come on. Here we go.
Your hands. Stomp, stomp, stomp your feet. Swing, swing, swing your arms. Dance
Everybody and sing with me.
Jump,
Jump,
jump around. Touch the sky and
touch the ground. Swing, shake, shake your hips. Know a song and it goes like this. Sing it. Na, na, na. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Sing with me. Na, na, na. I'm so on, let me hear you. I'm so happy. Sing with me. Sing with me. Na, na, na. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Sing with me. Good job, guys. Excellent. Thank you for singing with me. I'll save our story for tomorrow. It's the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And so we'll do that tomorrow because I've done a video for a long time today. So you guys get up, go play, have an excellent day, take a walk, build a structure, make a card, write your name, practice your letters, and have a super fantastic day. You're extraordinary.